Coming up on STV News, school is back at Seekonk High, but it's looking a little different. Plus we get students' opinions on the election. And we check in on fall athletes during the pandemic. STV News starts right now.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are ours. Happy and free. These days are ours. Share them with me. Goodbye, gray sky, hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. Feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long. Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. Saturday, what a day. Grooving all week with you. These days are ours. Share them with me. These days are ours. Happy and free. These happy days are yours and mine. These happy days are yours and mine. Happy days.
Welcome to the first edition of STV News of the 2020-2021 school year. I'm Brendan Santos. Before we get started, a note. All interviews in this episode were conducted following CDC guidelines with regard to social distancing and mask wearing. We first take a look at what's happening at Seekonk High School with hybrid learning and students' opinions on it. With more on the topic is Austin Burke.
Seekonk High School has encountered several changes due to COVID-19 that may or may not have impacted students, teachers, and staff.
It's a challenge right now because of the fact that when students are in school, they are attending 7 classes a day in 45-minute periods. So the schedule has proven to be a challenge.
Classrooms have all been affected by these changes. Assigned seats, sanitizing stations, and shields are being used to keep us all safe.
The rooms are set up where the chairs are spaced 3 to 6 feet apart, and students are not to sit any closer than that together. And they're not allowed to face each other either.
It's not just the classroom, but every hallway is equipped with hand sanitizing stations and markings on the ground to keep us all safe.
You know, it's only during passing that we have one-way hallways and one-way staircases. Students have done a great job following, those routes. During the class time, we don't have those in place. You can use any direction. It's just during the time that we have so many people in the hallway that we want the one-way hallways and staircases.
The cafeteria has changed the most for students. Tables are no longer in use, but have student desks for separation. Seniors have the outside tent and tables to sit at, but a maximum of 1 or 2 students per table.
I like going outside, but I don't like the chairs, the desks. That's what they're called, yeah.
Teachers and staff are trying to make sure students stay safe during this time. Reporting for STV News, I'm Austin Burke.
With the new hybrid learning model, many students and teachers have mixed feeling about remote Mondays. STV News' Jack Torlani got the information.
With the start of the new school year, we are having some new changes. One of them is having remote Mondays, where all students meet with each of their teachers for 20 minutes.
Feedback on that one was from the principals to have Mondays where they can start off the week with everyone together.
Here are how some of the students feel about it so far.
I like remote Mondays because I think it helps us organize for our week, and it gives us a preview of what we're going to do for the whole week.
I like them, although sometimes it seems counterproductive.
The reason why we only go to 11:30, as Dr. Drolet told me, he doesn't really think that it's appropriate for students to be on a laptop for 6 hours a day.
Well, I'd say you have it easy.
Meanwhile, in other districts in our conference, such as at Old Rochester Regional, they are doing it differently.
On Monday, all the classes get shoved into one day. And they're all 30 minutes long. And so it's sort of divided up into 2 parts. Starting at 8, we have 4 30-minute classes. And then around 10:15 or so, that's the end of the first part, and then we get an hour and a half lunch break. Then we pick up 11:45, 11:30 or so, and then we just go to 2.
From STV News, I'm Jack Torolani.
Thanks, Jack. College application season is in full steam ahead, and seniors at Seekonk High School are definitely feeling it. The Common App is an online application where students can apply to over 800 schools around the U.S. and internationally in one place. We spoke to Seekonk Guidance Department and seniors about the process.
Most of you are going to be using the Common application, and most of our students use that to apply to all of their schools in most cases.
I'm actually pretty far along, surprisingly. I didn't think I would be, but it's going well. I'm already almost done, so it's been stressful, but in like a week I'll be done and it'll all be over.
Each year, thousands of students around the country get their driving licenses, but this year has been more of a hassle with COVID. Josh Cronin tells us how it's changed in the face of a pandemic.
As students start heading back to school, one thing is on the minds of juniors, and that's getting their driver's license. But as COVID continues to wreak havoc, that sweet freedom may be further away than first thought.
The registration is the worst part. That backed up all the way till like January. By now it's got to be so.
Junior Jared Amato tells us his experience with getting his license and stressed how long everything took. Other students enjoyed what COVID had done to the process, which now allows you to get your permit from home.
It was very easy because I could do it from home, and you get more resources when you're from home.
We then asked Devin if he thought that taking the test from home could put drivers in danger in the future.
I'm obviously an elite driver, but some people aren't as elite, so if they could be causing some danger on the streets.
No matter how you look at it, one thing is for certain, and that's the fact that it just isn't the same.
Confidence and preparedness would be the two most important things, whether taking the test in the regular, from what we knew in the past, situation, or on video.
For more information about getting your license, go to mass.gov/RMV. Reporting for STV News, this is Josh Cronin.
With students getting licenses, that typically means less spots in the parking lot. But this year with 2 cohorts, parking seems to be easier. Ken Romano investigates.
With this year's impending pandemic, students at Seekonk High School have experienced ease with parking in the mornings, unlike previous years.
This year it's actually way easier. We can actually get a spot at any time if we're late or whenever.
Students like John Labossiere are very pleased with the ability to park this year, based off the hybrid learning schedule, which has cut the amount of teens in school by almost half, meaning there are half as many cars in the lot.
There's a lot of space in the parking lot, and it's a lot less crowded, so I can park near my friends.
As you can see, the parking lot is fairly empty, which has allowed students to park without any traffic, leaving plenty of open spots.
It's not as bad as it's been in past years, definitely, because I can park on the wall now.
The fight for a space on the wall was a daily occurrence each morning here at Seekonk High, but now, students have claimed their spots with ease.
A lot less crowded. You can find a parking spot a lot easier. It's good. Bring my sister to school now. It's fine. She just takes a long time to get out of the car, but other than that, it's easier.
With a less crowded lot each early morning, students are relieved to no longer be in a line of traffic to park. Reporting for STV News, I'm Cameron Arano.
The results of this year's presidential election are not yet official, but all major news networks have called it for Joe Biden. Meanwhile, some seniors were able to vote for the first time. It's important to know what you need to do to register. Zach Francis takes us through the process.
This has been one of the most decisive elections in American history. For many high school seniors, it's the first one they will have ever participated in.
It's really a great honor for me as a United States citizen to vote for the leaders of our country.
I feel like it's a rite of passage for me.
Even though I'm a senior, I barely missed my chance to vote. But this is what seniors who can vote have to say about the election.
The person that's going to be sitting in that office is going to be making all the important decisions for me and everyone around me.
You have to, speak on what you believe in and, make your voice count.
This will turn out to be one of the most important elections in any of our lifetimes. For more information on how to register to vote, visit vote.org. Reporting for STV News, I'm Zach Francis.
Coming up next, we check in with the Unified Club during the pandemic. And later, a look at the brand new tennis courts.
The next time you get behind the wheel of your car, please be careful. Make sure you're awake. put down your phone. And remember, you don't need to drive like you're Vin Diesel in Fast and the Furious. Because the life you're saving might as well be your own.
Or mine.
Or mine. Or mine.
Or mine. For more information, please visit safedriver.com.
Don't worry about a thing.
Because
And everything gonna be alright.
Seekonk High School prides itself on inclusion. We invite Corey, Will, Paul, and Sammy from the STARS program to tell us how the Unified Club is dealing with the pandemic.
one of the most important clubs at Seekonk High School is Unified Club. Ms. Nelson, the faculty advisor, tells us what Unified is all about this year.
Unified Club brings together students with and without disabilities, and we do fun activities together. This year we're doing it virtually.
We spoke to one of the students, leaders in the Unified Club, Hila Owens, and asked her a few questions to find out why she likes it.
I enjoy Unified Club because I have some of my best friends there, and it's super fun, and we always do fun activities, and it's just a positive environment.
We all know that sports have been cancelled at Seekonk High, but Coach Nelson has come up with different ways for us to stay in the game.
We're going to be doing some fitness activities to keep everyone active and engaged so that you still have some kind of sports, even though it's not actually the typical unified basketball or track right now, but we're still going to be doing some unified fitness to keep everyone going during these times.
We talked to Kayla about SR track and why she left it. It's really fun, and every not just the meets are fun, but practices and ice cream parties and bus rides.
It's always good to have some extra beans in your pocket, especially during the school year. With many stores and restaurants in Seekonk, it's always easy to find a part-time job. Aiden Steele shows us how to get the bread.
Many high school students work a job after school and on the weekends.
The job itself has actually taught me how to grow as a person itself, and just kind of how to interact with people and how to get real ready for the real life almost.
Many places like Target, McDonald's, and TJ Maxx have plenty of job opportunities for teenagers.
It's because it teaches money management skills and basic skills for the future work life.
A part-time job is a way to make money to pay for things like gas, music, or eating at restaurants. But with a large sum of money coming to students' bank accounts, jobs also teach you to save your money, which could be helpful with big milestones like buying a car, saving for college, or any further education.
The best way to find a job is, first of all, to start with me as a resource for you. As the career specialist here, I'm always calling businesses all around, Walmart, Target, all of that, talking to managers, telling them about my great Seekonk High School kids, and they're looking for your applications.
You can apply now online or in person to a job near you. Reporting for STV News, I'm Aiden Steele.
Up next, we check in with how Seekonk High is doing without fall sports. Also, with a long time coming, we finally look at the new tennis courts.
Please don't share masks. That literally defeats the whole purpose.
You won't believe who I saw.
You don't need to take your mask off to talk. They're right in front of you. They can still hear you. Treat your mask like you treat your underwear. You wouldn't share them with your friends, and you wouldn't just take them off in front of anybody. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
Stopped him was.
COVID pandemic has been a very stressful time for everybody, including our athletes. Missing out on practices, games, and even season is a very stressful time. Make sure you're checking in on the ones that play the sports we love.
In August, the South Coast Conference postponed all fall sports to the Fall 2 season in early spring. Many of the athletes are left to do nothing. Sarah King has an update on what they're doing.
Could fall sports be played in February? After an 8-2 vote by conference officials to postpone the season, that's the only time we may see them.
I think the school department needed to cancel fall sports just because of the perception of not being in school fully.
For now, an abbreviated fall season could take place beginning in February, but with the uncertain future of the pandemic, that still remains to be seen.
Normally on a fall day like today, you'd see the Seekonk Warriors football team out playing on the field. But as you can see, the field's empty. The players and the other athletes don't even know if they're going to have a season at all.
And if that season takes place, athletes tell me that it'll be a difficult adjustment for them to make.
I definitely think it'll be worse, especially for my sport. It's outside running in short shorts and no sleeve shirts. It's definitely going to be really cold and really tough, but it can be fun.
I feel like once we get back into our rhythm of practicing more consistently, we'll be fine and we'll be back better than ever.
Stay tuned in the coming months for when the decision on fall sports may be made. Reporting for STV News, I'm Sarah King.
The tennis court at Seekonk High have been given a new look this fall. After not being able to play at home during the past season, with the help of the town of Seekonk, the team now has a new source of pride as students and members of the community alike have begun to utilizing the courts. We asked members of the team as well as the athletic department for more information.
We were really excited that they were willing to invest. I know that tennis isn't necessarily a big team. We can only carry so many players, and we know that some of the larger teams tend to get more money or more support. So we were really excited that they were willing to put their money and behind the tennis team.
I saw other people playing yesterday, and it's nice to see that other people can enjoy them too.
Fall sports being postponed to the early spring has been hard for many of the athletes, but Seekonk coaches are doing what they can to help everyone stay in shape. Robbie LeBeau takes us into the gym to show us what they're doing.
Even though there's no fall sports, Coach Azalea, Pereira, and Berwick set up an after-school strength program to allow athletes to continue training.
What will it be? I'm just modeling everything that I did at URI and in the private sector in strength conditioning for athletes.
Cohort A will go every Tuesday from 2:15 to 3:45, and the same for Cohort B, but only on Thursday.
I signed up because a lot of my coaches recommended me to do it, and I wanted to get faster and just work on my skills while I'm not having sports.
We'll be in the weight room for weight training and plyometrics, and then in the gym for core and speed training. Students around the school are doing this for all different reasons.
I didn't do much over the break as much as I would have liked lifting wise, so it's nice to be back in the gym, hopefully be ready for track season if we have one.
Just to get faster maybe and just work on maybe gaining some more muscle.
Recording for STV News, I'm Robbie LeBeau.
Well, that does it for the first episode of STV News for the fall semester. I'm Brendan Santos. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.